Have you not heard the word? The bird is a word. Everybody's heard. The bird is a word. Sorry about that. Welcome to the Falconeer Warrior Edition review. Now spread them wings and hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date with all my latest videos, and also come and join us in a community Discord. The link is down below. And so, come fly with me. Okay, sorry, won't do it again. As we go into the gameplay.
It's a massive armed blockade. We need to take out every point.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, so I'm going to kind of give you what you need to base a opinion on the actual game and maybe think about getting it or not. So, apart from picking a faction, doing main missions to drive the story, and side missions to, well, help others out, you also get money for it, which does help. And these can consist of searching for things, info gathering, escorting, and this never is great in any game, and also the all-important battling, and taking on pirates in head-to-head combat, to just name a few. I will say just now, one of my bugbears about all these missions that you do is they don't have save points, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, because if you're like part or almost finished an actual mission and you die or something, it's straight back to the beginning for you, bucko, which can be rather annoying. As you expect from this sort of game, just by looking at it really, the main bulk of the game comes down to aerial dogfighting and combat, and I'm happy to say as a whole this works well, but does lead to a feeling of repetition later on. Now then, you're on and kind of take control of your winged friends, all armed with a variety of different weapons, like bullets and lightning, which does actually have a nice little effect to it. And this kind of helps the combat not get too stale straight away, as it gives you other ways to dispense enemies. Controlling is simple, with the usual panning left, right, up, down, and firing with the shoulder. Add to this things like missiles you can fire with the other shoulder button, and also you can boost speed and barrel roll, fly high and dive to gain more boost type thing. And adding to this, as you go along the game, you discover little ports where you can travel faster with the wind and the like. I will give this game one due. There is a lot to this game, and as it's the Warrior Edition, there's even more hours to play, and you'll be playing for hours upon hours. You can upgrade your winged buddies, and there's plenty of different NPCs to interact with. Unfortunately though, the game starts to wear a little bit thin the further on you go, especially if you don't take note of the story. If the story really doesn't grab you, I don't think you're going to enjoy this, because then it just feels like you're going from one mission to another mission, and it kind of starts feeling a little bit samey and repetitive within them missions. But definitely, as far as value is concerned, it kind of like just keeps giving as you go through the game. Graphically, this is a lovely looking game, or at least to me is. The details of like animals and creatures jumping out of the water like whales and splashing back down. And the fish that you can also dive down and capture so that your winged friends can eat them. There seems to be an okay variety of enemies, and even more so places to visit, and a nice little fast travel system that you can implement on your ways as well, and also quite a nice map, you know, the actual hub map where you can go and like just look around. And let's not forget to mention the photo mode that's there just because, well, just because. Audio wise, all voiced, sort of. There are some characters who, well, they look like they're talking, but nothing's coming out, which is a bit of an odd thing, and I can only kind of guess that this is a bug in the game. Talking about the voice acting, it's okay. Kind of hit or miss. There are some really nice little voice acting bits done by certain characters, and then there's some really annoying and some just plainly badly done. But kind of mixed all together, it kind of brings the voice acting to, well, just an okay standard. But I will say I'd prefer to have it than not to have it. So, well done. All other sounds are, quite decent. Take a listen. The good. Loads to do. All-ish voiced and looks pretty cool. The bad. Some voices not playing, the repetition, and voice acting kind of hit and miss. The score. I rate games out of 5 and basically it's my own personal opinions upon them. And I also like to put the best of the best on the Wall of Fame and the worst of the worst on the Wall of Shame. And everything else in the void of mediocrity-ish. And I'm going to score the Falconeer Warrior Edition a 3+ out of 5. And trust me, I was on the fence. It's a fun game with loads to it. Has a few flaws and I worry some may feel disappointed if the story does not, resonate with them. And if that's so, I think you could probably drop it down lower. But if you can get on with the story and you can feel driven by it, then there is loads to do here. And I think you'll have hours upon hours of gameplay to come back to time and time again. And as for my alternative, I'm going to suggest Panzer Dragoon Remake. Mainly because of, you're flying and it's combat in the air. Yeah. Anyway, if you've got a better suggestion, leave it down in the comments. Otherwise, let me know your thoughts on the Falconeer. And yeah, just leave them down in the comments. That's where they belong. So why not hit that like and subscribe button to keep yourself up to date with my latest content. And also, why not come and join us in our community Discord, where we just talk about and have fun with the things that we enjoy, namely the Nintendo Switch and all the games that there are. Well, not all the games, but you get my point. Because life is better when we switch together.